Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Say That with Vuitton Bond. I'm your host, Vuitton Bond. This is all talk, real talk, no cap. So, this is episode 6, and I'm calling this one Love and Hip Hop, The Circle of Life. We're going to talk about my thoughts on reality TV, especially when it comes to music and kind of the way that different career trajectories meet on these types of shows. Then I'll answer the question whether or not I'll actually do one of those shows, if I had the opportunity. But before we get into it, we're going to pay a couple of bills. This talk is brought to you by www.VuttonBondMusic.com. Go to my site, sign up for my email list, and you'll gain instant access to my latest mixtape, Gold Bars. That's 10 songs over 5 days in an interactive listening experience. And again, that's www.VuttonBondMusic.com. This talk is also brought to you by the listeners of Vuitton Bond. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for locking in. Much love. So, Love and Hip Hop, VH1 show. Started in New York, spun off to like Hollywood and Miami and Atlanta. You know, of course, all the meccas, all the hot spots. That's where all the celebrities live, all the musicians live, all the wannabe IG models and whatnot, and you know, all kinds of people with no talent who think they have talent. They move down there and try to make something happen. Successful or not, it depends. And then of course on this show, like, you know, the producers stir the pot and put people in certain situations, right? Because ratings. So let me tell you guys the really interesting thing about this show. First off, it's funny because J. Cole, he knows the game. He knows what it is. Like, he told a lot of these young motherfuckers, like, in 5 years, y'all gonna be in Love and Hip Hop, 10 years, whatever it was, whatever the lyric was. Somebody will correct me somewhere. I'm sure of it. But it's interesting to watch for me. I don't watch the show today, but when it first came on, I would tune into it, take a look at it. I've seen the New York one, I've seen the beginning of the Hollywood one, I've seen the Atlanta one a few times. I watched, I want to say, the first 2 seasons of the Miami one, and it's an interesting show. Very interesting. So the thing about it for me is that you'll see different people at different levels of their careers mingle and congregate on this show. So you see guys up there like, yo, I'm a producer. I've done this song, that song. I've never heard of them, never seen them before. But they're in the big old studio and they got the gold chain. And it's like, okay. They trying to put some chick on, right? She's a beginner. She's trying to get on. She was stripping and now she's rapping, or stripping and now she's trying to sing. Great. Then you'll see somebody who had an actual music career for a little bit. They had like a modicum of success. You know, hey, I had a #1 record. I sold 500,000 copies. I had a hit song. I did it. Whatever y'all trying to do, I did it all. I did it already. Like Birdman, I did it already. Then you got people in the middle. So there was a common belief or perception that, you know, a lot of the guys or a lot of the artists on these type of shows, the ones who had that type of success, basically you're at the end of the line. You're at the end of your career. You're on the decline, and you're on this show to get a check and to get some notoriety and to kind of try to continue your career. But this is the bottom for you. This is it. Because a lot of celebrities who end up on these shows, especially back in the early 2000s, like when Flavor Flav was on whatever that VH1 show was called. What was it? It was the one where where he had met Bridget Nielsen or whatever, and they were all like living in a house. It wasn't Big Brother, it was something else. And then he ended up getting Flavor of Love 2, spun it off. It's like at that point you're basically at the bottom. You're just looking for work, so you don't have to become a fucking waiter and live off your past glories, right? That's what these shows used to be. Now they're not that. This is why. A lot of these youngins will come up, they'll be on the show, they'll use that show to build up a fan base, to get attention, and then parlay that into a successful career. Case in point, Cardi B. Cardi B did it. That's why I call it the circle of life, because right there on the show you can see the life cycle of a musician. See, I'm not even talking about the love bit, like the quote unquote love part. I don't give a shit about that. It's the music part, which they barely show. They like to show the relationship drama, not the actual working on a career thing. Not really. You show a clip of somebody in the studio with headphones on, boom, that's it. Maybe somebody doing a showcase. And that's all. But it's relationship drama around that. So that's why I call it the circle of life, because you see the beginning of people's careers and the ending. You see the crossroads right there. You're smack dab in the middle of it. You see the ascension and the descension meeting. The people who don't have a fan base, they get on the show, they get seen, they get heard, and they can parlay it. The older people who had their success, they've declined, now they're on the show to get a check. And it's really cool to look at, for me. So, I always ask myself, like, yo, would I do reality television? I'm an independent artist. I don't have a label backing me. I don't have a whole huge financial budget. Am I being sought after right now by any publicists or publications or newspaper or radio or anything like that? I'm not being sought after. Even if I knock on the door, they're going to answer it. Prospects haven't been high before. But things can change depending on what you got going on. But if the opportunity fell into my lap, would I ever do a reality TV show? Fuck yes, I would. And here's why. That type of exposure is hard to come by, and it's free. I don't have to pay for it. They're gonna put me in all kinds of scenarios to try to make me look like a buffoon. I already know, right? I already know. They're gonna try to make me look like a goofball. It depends on how you carry yourself, though. But they can manipulate anything with editing and all this stuff. So I could be as much of a dom as I want to be. They can still make me look like a goofball with editing. So, but the thing is, I'm exposing myself, my face, my name, potentially my music, to VH1's Monday night at 8 o'clock audience, that demographic. I'm not even in that demographic because I don't watch the shows. I've watched the shows in the past, but I don't watch the shows now. I watch Monday Night Raw on Monday night for some reason, but that's another story. But to be on a show like that, I take the opportunity, because if I have a spin at the wheel and I land on Cardi B type career, I'm taking it. If it gives me an opportunity, I'm taking it. My philosophy about music and about success is, well, I don't need everybody to like me or my music. I only need some people. There's 7 billion people in the world. I need an incredibly small percentage of these people to rock with me in order to make a living. And to make the money that I want, I need a little bit more than some. But even if I had a little bit more than some, that's a great number. That's a lot of money. So if VH1 can help me get that exposure, I will take it. I've never been one for competition shows. Not that I'm afraid to compete, it's just that rap isn't really something that they do on American Idol. They did it on X Factor. X Factor lasted, 3 seasons? It's gone. They've got like some hip hop competition reality shows. They got one with kids, Jermaine Dupri. It's kind of weird. Looking for the next Bow Wow. What are kids more marketable or some shit? I don't know. I guess if you can get them on Radio Disney or some shit like that, fine. Kids are spending money. TikTok is hot right now. But no, being on a reality show where I'm a central character, I got a storyline. Shit. It's almost like being in a movie. Well, fuck it. I'd give it a shot. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? Can't get any lower than I'm already at. I can only go up from it, Put out a single, capitalize on all the newfound success. TV is a pretty good way of marketing yourself. It's hard to get on TV, but if I had the opportunity, I'd take it. That's all I got to say about that. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, and I'll get at y'all in the next one. Say that.